during the property house tour, you should allow your clients to walk ahead of you while you follow shortly behind them. This position lets you maintain visual contact and safe distance for unexpected situations. You can position yourself in a way that you're there to observe the client's responses to the property, also while monitoring movements. If you have multiples and they decided to split into different rooms, you're going to want to separate yourself so that you can try to get the best visibility and answer questions for both angles. When you let somebody walk behind you, obviously this is going to put you in a position where that you could be approached from behind without knowledge, possibly catching you off guard. Walking behind them will give you a little bit of additional freedom and allow them to explore without rushing them to. While you've got your phone with you, and if you've got a good signal, it's okay for you to install some of those temporary cloud-based internet cameras where it's taking pictures of motions and just taking pictures and it routes it through your phone and puts it on a cloud drive for people to be able to access. You can consider installing these types of things in strategic locations like the front door when people are signing in, and then throughout one of the main areas so that they can see that they are being recorded while they're in the house for everyone's security. If they're uncomfortable with that, chances are there's a reason. Surveillance cameras need to be able to deter potential crime and provide evidence in case there is theft or in case someone decides to bonk you over the head. Let's call it. Cameras like this are going to feature remote monitoring capabilities. It will allow you to be able to secure yourself both physically and when you're not necessarily with your eyes on the client. Additionally, the cloud-based storage is going to make sure that the footage is accessible from anywhere that has internet, and it'll make it a whole lot easier for people to be able to just check on you and make sure they're safe. Same scenario that you have for your own personal monitoring devices in your home, where you might be watching out for a dog or watching out for family members or watching deliveries that are being made at your front door. If you've already got those things in place, you already understand why that sense of security gives you a confidence in your own lifestyle. You should feel confident in the industry that you're in by providing those types of things too. Again, the nard.com/safety webpage that they have up and running do give you a good sense of balance and not necessarily an over-the-line cost problem that you would provide to yourself by ensuring your own safety. Next thing you want to be able to do is keep calm, stay alert. You should always maintain awareness during client interactions and property showings. Most people are legitimately just trying to buy or sell a house, and they're harmless. And the level of confidence that you'll have will be amazing towards the process. But being level-headed is going to enable you to think clearly in a jump-to situation and respond very effectively. If you need or feel the requirement to have a self-defense class or something like that, just in case, for your own personal life, the world is simply not as safe a place as it used to be. So you being able to protect yourself and carry the things on your person that will allow you to feel safe and secure should be a good scenario for you in this industry too. Preparation is always essential. By you following some tips like this ahead of your meeting, you can instinctively respond instead of react, right? Trust your instincts. Make absolutely sure that when you're arriving at the property and something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. So it's okay to leave, drive around the block, phone someone to meet you there and come in with you. Some meditation, self-defense class, like I mentioned, personal safety courses. These can all teach you how to respond in a crisis also, so that you're not so reactionary or spooked every time somebody says something or comes around the corner unexpectedly. Pay attention to your breath and your body language and stay natural. Taking a few deep, calming breaths yourself might help you ease the situation. If you're feeling threatened, if you're feeling uncomfortable, prioritize your safety. Attempt to de-escalate situations, certainly by seeking refuge in a secure location. Contact emergency services immediately. There's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't feel confident in your own skin and in this industry. According to the NAR last year, 38% of real estate agents registered that they had taken a self-defense class. And we're certainly open to doing it here as well if you need something else to help you feel more secure. Have an emergency plan. Again, we talked about you knowing a property before you show it if you represent the property. But what if you're going in and you're showing properties to a client? Getting that first property showing out of the way might be what you need to feel better, but not all realtor safety tips have an attack from a person. Some of the dangers could be weather related, property related, uncomfortable or uncontrollable pets on the premises. You need to prepare an emergency response plan for yourself for all of these different scenarios. Yes, including hostile encounters. What if there's a medical emergency for yourself or a client? What if there's an animal attack or an act of nature? We're in Florida here, so it could be sunshiny, beachy weather, and 15 seconds later, we have a tornado or a horrific storm or a hurricane barreling down on us. It's very different being able to stay prepared for these. A pro tip: as an agent, look, you should know the location of nearby emergency services. You should know where the basic first aids are, keeping emergency supplies on hand. If not in your trunk, bringing it in with you for showings. Simple stuff, first aid kits, flashlights, extra water. Keeping those things near you and on site is important. You need to have a preparedness bag with you at all times, not just a change of clothes because it's hot as hell in Florida and you sweat through all 3 layers. These are things that you want to make sure that you're being prepared for. Homeowners like to take their pets around with them, right? You want to make sure that pets are maintained and contained away from areas that we're showing. Not only is not every pet comfortable with strangers, but not every stranger is comfortable with pets. I have seen children as well as adults being terrified for whatever reason. It's their reason to be that way, from a dog even being in the room with them. So make sure that you keep everyone safe and secure while you're around. I'm not saying that you need to necessarily build a fire safety map and go through training every time somebody walks in and out of the house, but it's important for you to keep clear guidance, safety protocols, know how to handle panic and confusion, because lots of things can become an emergency. Educating your clients and your fellow agents is important, and it's critical, especially during this reminder month that we have for our industry. Realtor safety is becoming a successful real estate agent and understanding how to teach your clients as well as your fellow agents about these types of safety tips and how to best, during open houses and property showings, keep yourself safe and comfortable from harm. You need to be able to tell homeowners how to secure their valuables, remove personal information. Non-secure areas should, like display cabinets and stuff like that, things that would entice criminals to return, are probably things that should be removed. And of course, in a security incident, these things can occur simply by being in the wrong place at the wrong time. So we want to make sure that you have a plan. What are some of the hazards of being a real estate agent is probably one of the biggest questions that I ever get live. While real estate agents don't necessarily encounter physical hazards like a lot of high-risk professions, safety risks are still associated with the job. So being a realtor has a potential for property and driving hazards. So you're often going to visit unfamiliar properties is what I'm trying to get at. You're going to need to be aware that safety concerns like meeting strangers is part of your routine. And if you're a brand new agent, suggest taking the NAR full-on realtor safety course. It's a great option for you to at least make yourself more aware and hopefully keeping yourself more safe and the safety of others around you. Great question. Do I consider real estate agent being a safe job? This career might look luxurious to a lot of people, but working as a real estate agent has some real potential dangers. The risks like encountering suspicious people, getting injured on a property, motor vehicle accidents, because agents spend a lot of time on the road. Despite all of these risks, I have to say, Real estate agents can successfully manage this career very safely, and all they have to do is implement some very preventative measures and adhere to the safety protocols. Again, if it looks funny, it's probably funny, and you should probably distance yourself from it. It's an incredibly gratifying career, but like most industries, there are risks, and you need to be intelligent on how you respond to those risks. Last question. When showing a client around a property, how should you proceed? Practicing real estate agent safety, always remember to keep your client in front of you when showing that property. Like I mentioned before, never make yourself vulnerable by turning your back or being trapped in a small room with potentially the only block being that door with you, with a customer between you and it. You want to always make sure that you're the person in the protective stance, making sure that you're the first one to be able to get out of the way if necessary. This class is not designed to spook or scare anybody. It's here to give you awareness, to make you understand that the world, as generally safe as we feel, can be an unsecure and a scary place at times. Don't take for granted that you've been in the industry for 20 years and you've been doing this for a while, so you know what you're doing. This is the reason that we do these reminder courses every September, so that you can have localized and a newness and a repetition in these reminders to make sure that you're going to do all the right things. So mitigate the risks while you're on the job and make sure that your safety is a non-negotiable. Anybody that wasn't able to post their questions before the end of time today, certainly put them in the group inside of our YouTube channel. We're happy to respond to you directly. We appreciate everybody, and stay safe out there, folks. We want to see you around in this industry for a long time and a super long, successful time to come. Have a great day, everybody.